Time to take a quick check to make sure this is actually streaming. But make sure. Looks like we might be good. Whenever it's done loading, I can check and see if the audio is actually working. There you go. Seems like we're good. All right then. Well, so I'm back. I'm going to be doing another watch along with this time being my second favorite movie of all time, Jurassic Park: The Lost World. Uh, is there anything else to really say? I love this movie. Hello. There's a Fangar. Hello, Fangar. Yeah, so I'm going to be watching my second favorite movie of all time, Jurassic Park: The Lost World. This should be obvious, but I'm not going to play the actual movie because YouTube's copyright systems would nuke my channel from orbit if I dared even try it. I'm not even going to play any audio. Instead, we're going to use the timer. Hopefully, it works to the end this time. It worked for the first hour and a half, and then it stopped, so we'll see. But I just want to get into this because I love The Lost World, and I have only until 7 o'clock tonight to finish watching the rest of the Jurassic Park franchise. And I'm going to have to take a small break today as well in the middle, so I'm going to need to get the ball rolling. So, you know, just to get this out there, what we're doing here is you load up the Lost World Jurassic Park, you play it alongside, match it up with a timer, and you watch it along with me. That's the gist of it. And if you don't have a copy of Jurassic Park: The Lost World, why? Why not? You probably bought into those whole, like, oh, it's garbage, it's bad, every Jurassic Park sequel is bad, that type of rhetoric, and you really shouldn't because The Lost World is it's a great movie. But enough for this. I don't have enough time to be messing around like this. I need to get into this. So let's just get on and watch the second greatest movie ever made, Jurassic Park: The Lost World. All right, should be starting. Hopefully, let's make sure I'm gonna test my timer really quick before I do this. That's the button to start it. Okay. All right, in 3, 2, 1, let's do this. Timer working? Timer going. Hopefully it sticks around this time. This is definitely an interesting movie. There's so many people that hate The Lost World, and I'll never understand why. It's such a fun movie. It's so good. That's a shame, my man. Like I said, I can't really play it, so otherwise YouTube's copyright systems would get me. I have it saved in so many different locations. Like I have you have movies anywhere. I have it on iTunes. I have it on DVD. I have it on Blu-ray. I have it in 4K. I have a copy of every possible way you could watch this movie because I genuinely don't want there to ever be a time when I can't watch movies like this. Useless Sorna. Ooh. And Lost World is a great movie. I don't understand it. It really seems to be rooted more in the like if you know the initial reaction to the Lost World is like, oh, it's not Jurassic Park 2, it's its own unique like thing. It's different from Jurassic Park. People didn't like that. So this movie got a ton of hate. Everyone started to hate it, and it's just kind of like stuck around really. The farther we get along, the less people seem to hate it, which is good because it really doesn't deserve it. It'll take some time until everybody sees it for the amazing movie it is. But you know, it'll happen. These rich folks. I genuinely don't know what rich person decides to just go out on a yacht and find random islands to just eat dinner or lunch on. They brought a whole table and chair set. Gosh darn. These are dangerous 6 different ways. I don't even remember the first time I saw The Lost World. It was when I was like 2. There aren't any snakes on the beach. Enjoy yourself for once. Like, goddamn. Yeah. My mom told me the story when I first watched Jurassic Park, but they never got the information on when I first watched The Lost World. Probably because it wasn't as memorable. I just probably saw the first movie, loved it, and then I wanted to watch the second one. I bet that's the entire story. Hello, Sebi. I'm gonna be going and seeing Jurassic World Dominion today. I forgot to say that. So I have to get through all this because I'm gonna see Dominion at 7:30 tonight. So I have to be ready. I have to watch all the Jurassic Park movies. I watched Jurassic Park yesterday, and now we're on the Lost World. There they are, the compies. Compsognathus. Woo! I'm just saying hello, and I'm also saying, that I'm going to see Dominion tonight. It's going to be exciting, and I have to watch all of the Jurassic Park movies before it happens. I really wish I would have started watching them earlier. I'm not stuck watching 4 movies in the same day, but, it's not the worst thing that could happen. It's a nice way to spend the day, watching Jurassic Park movies. I'm watching a little girl get eaten by little green monsters. Oh, thanks, Savvy. Oh, I hope you like my content. I do my best. The Lost was my favorite sequel. I can't love it more than the original Jurassic Park. That's still the best, but The Lost World is still my favorite sequel out of this entire franchise. Don't spoil it, my man. I don't want to have to remove you from the chat. Just keep the spoilers free and you'll be good, because I am really, really, really afraid of spoilers. I've been avoiding reviews, spoilers, anything. I've managed to avoid everything until today, and that is an achievement considering I spend time making Jurassic World content on YouTube. It's been difficult. It's been a battle. But yeah, so as long as you don't spoil things, we're good. Just please don't spoil anything. Here comes a funny scene. It's like, oh, look, I remember you. I believe you. Yeah, Mr. X Rex, yeah. Oh, man, when are you going to see Mr. X Rex? Ah, so good. Like I said, I'll try not to spoil anything, but I'm probably going to do a quick review when I get out of the theater. I believed you. Yeah. Woo! I really do like this bit of character building and telling you why Ian is so different in this movie, showing it doesn't take long to explain what happened. They don't need to tell you, oh, he was horribly defamed. You get it all set up right there. They do a little explanation in this later scene, but it's still more subtle than modern movies. It'll just slap you with the exposition. This movie, it knows how to deliver exposition. Like, nice, slowly, sprinkling it through the scenes instead of just smacking you in the face with it. It's nice. It's real nice. You just don't get movies like this. Why would you do that, Mr. X Rex? I saw the people posting it, but I avoided it. I did a little not interested thing on the wing because those are my recommended, whatever. It's a shame that Lex and Tim never came back after this movie. It is nice that they came back in this movie, but it's a shame we never got to see them again, Maybe they'll be in Dominion, who knows? Like, half of entire Jurassic World cast is in Dominion, or Jurassic Park. Both of them, really. Jurassic World and Jurassic Park cast are in Dominion. Dr. Malcolm, come to share some of your campfire stories with my uncle. Everyone's getting ready to see this movie. Some of them aren't as obsessed with me. I literally told them, don't put me on work today because I knew I was gonna want to see Dominion. I really love this sort of corporate politics nonsense because it is so true. Like this whole, you signed an NDA. People died by dinosaurs and you want me to stay quiet? Yes. It's such an accurate portrayal of the corporate world. I love it. The Lost World is still my second favorite Jurassic Park movie. Your version of the truth. Oh, I love that line. I have I think I should say this. I have my expectations when I go to see a movie are rock bottom every time. Like I know it's not the best way to see it. I am excited for it, but I never set my expectations too high because expectations matter more than the actual quality of a film. If you set your expectations too high, even the best film in the world will be seen like trash if you think it's, going to be better than it actually is. That's why Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom has such different reactions despite being so similar in quality. The last movie before Jurassic World was Jurassic Park 3, which was terrible. So when Jurassic World comes out 15 later, nobody had any hope it would be good. So when it was just okay, everybody loved it. But then the Jurassic World was okay. They wanted the next one to be better because it was only equal. Well, everyone hated it. It's just, it really is a matter of expectations. It matters more than anything else. So I try not to set expectations too high because I know how much it affects the opinion of a movie. Life will find a way. Woo! Yeah, rewatched all of Camp Cretaceous. I don't know if I want to do that. Like, as much as I'm okay with Camp Cretaceous, it's more of a one-time watch type thing. At least for me. I have avoided spoilers. I think I remember some. Yeah, I think I remember some designs that were leaked about like what the Giga might have looked like. I remember one of them was for like a Chinese sort of knockoff company. It was interesting. I clicked not interested on a lot of them. I've pretty much removed Jurassic Park from my recommended feed for now because I don't want to risk it. It's a shame I have to do that to like get them to leave me alone, but there you go. Yeah, I'm making the same mistakes again. You make it all new, and it's such a great line. I think that's like one of the most memorable lines in this movie. There's another island with there's no fences this time, and you want to send people in. Very few people on the ground. No, there are flaws in this movie. It's just that when you look at them compared to all the other ones, it has very little in terms of flaws. They're very minor things. A lot of people blow them out of proportion to say that they've ruined the entire movie, but they're just wrong. There is like there are just some small things like Jurassic Park 3, Jurassic World, and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. There are a lot of problems I'm gonna be able to point out when watching them, but these first two movies, I'm not gonna have a lot of ammunition. I'm just gonna be able to sit here and enjoy the movie. Yacht crews stumbled across the island, and the wee girl was injured. Oh, she's fine. She's fine. Yep. I don't know if I've ever said this. We'll see. I really hope it's good. Lost World is found and pillaged. The one thing that I could use. Yeah. I need a complete physiology of those animals alive in their natural habitat. It's our last chance. John, no. 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 Of course, no. I want. She came to me. I want you to know this. He keeps that card in his pocket until the right moment. Hello. It's too late. She's already there. You sent my girlfriend to this island alone? Yeah, this is something. Like in any other project, this would be like a villain plan. Observation without interference. That's gonna be really funny later. I cannot agree, Jet. I cannot agree, Jet Jaguar. Jurassic Park 3 is atrocious. I hate that movie. Hello. Is it Izzy? I don't know. Oh. Set up a search expedition. It's a rescue operation. It's leaving right now. Dun, 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 dun. Nice. I think it was Brick Tricks. I don't know. I don't know if it was Saturday or Sunday, but he's seeing it at some point this weekend. Brick Tricks. I remember him. He's busy doing his finals right now though, so he's not going to be here for this one. Yeah, season 3 of Camp Cretaceous was the best. I like that one. That was really good. Nice bit of horror atmosphere to it. I love it when it works. uh, uh, Here's the character that confuses a lot of people, Nick Van Owen, who's technically on the good guys team, but does a lot of very evil things. You know, like complicated, like interesting character. Women. You're going the ways in the world, but the geese chase you. That's nice, man. He got a nice lineup with the movie release on his birthday. That sounds like a sweet deal right there. Just a troglodyte. That's where I learned like the whole just a troglodyte type of talking. That's where I learned it from. Learned that phrase when I was a kid. Stop saying fantastic. You like to have kids, but you don't like to be with them. I love that line. This is like so weird. Why would a kid want to be grounded? This is like that is one thing I can say as a flaw of this movie. Like, no kid would ever talk like this. Even the smartest of the smart kids would never say something like that. We'll get to issues in Jurassic World. Get to Jurassic World. We're trying to watch the Lost World. This is a good movie. I got cut from the team. What the heck are you talking about? I already posted my Mosasaurus video, instructions, and all that. There it is. Like, they're kids. You don't want to be with them. Ugh. That's a good advice. Don't listen to me. Yeah, I already uploaded it. I already uploaded my video on the mosasaur. I got that instructional video up. You can go check it out if you want. Instructions are out for that and my Jurassic World Dominion Therizinosaurus too. Mosasaurus, Dominion Thera, Dominion Giga. I'm working on the Atrociraptor pack, Dimetrodon, and the Lystrosaurus, and the Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus version 2. Got a lot of builds working on. Hi. You go up and you hide. Hi. Actually, very convenient biting height. We're leaving in 3 hours. What? Are you crazy? I'm not gonna be ready in 3 hours. That's alright. I don't expect you to keep up with everything on the date. Some people have to do things on their own time, you know? Everyone's busy these days. You got something to do. I, man, I used this scene right here to design a lot of my Lost World mobile lab. I hope everyone understands that. This little walkthrough that she does right here, when she walks through the mobile lab, that was one of my main like things that helped me design the inside of the place. God, this movie is so fucking good. The music of this movie is amazing. Like, can we just say that? That's one of the few things I can say about The Lost World is that its music is just as good as the original Jurassic Park. Like, and if anyone tries to argue otherwise, they are wrong. They are just wrong. There isn't any argument you can tell me otherwise that could convince me otherwise. Lost World soundtrack is slaps. I don't. What do you mean, you shot yourself in the foot? Don't do that. You'd be dead before you realize you had an accident. It's so good. There's so many lines I remember from this movie. Tonight, I'm watching Jurassic World Dominion tonight at 7. I have to watch all the Jurassic Parks before then, so it's gonna be a busy day today. I'm gonna be streaming probably all day. Here comes the Los Cinco Muertes, the 5 deaths. What's that? The 5 deaths. Oh, nice. I need to save up some money, so I can't really afford any extra figures right now. Dun, 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 dun. I still need to build the Mercedes, don't I? Like a physical one. I don't think there's any chance I won't enjoy it. They have a Therizinosaurus, a Giganotosaurus. They have a lot of cool dinosaurs in the new movie. I have the Scorpiovenator Yang Tyrannosaurus. I already got all those cool because I really like the I'm a big fan of Abelisaurs, so I had to get all the Abelisaurs that were being released. Something big. Yeah. Stegosaurus, baby. Yeah. Ooh, that's how it always starts. Then just running and then screaming. See ya, Izzy. I know. People are gonna be coming and going throughout the day because, I got the day off. People got like stuff to do. As much as I like everyone to stick around forever, I know people got stuff to do. You can't expect them to stick around every hour of the day. Hey, Nick. Yep, see you, Izzy. Yeah, I thought never in a million years I'd hammer to get you to come here. Hey, Eddie. You look so unimpressed. That's my lucky pack. That's how it always looks. Give it back of 5 or 6 pieces. Why didn't you say something to me? Because I knew you would stop me from coming. I don't care. Good stuff. There you go. Oh yeah, strict, non-interactive, but she's just going out of her way to go mess with the Stegosaurus. I can appreciate this scene for one thing, and that's that it shows herbivores actually attacking something. You don't get that a lot in movies. It's always the carnivores doing stuff. I really hope that Therizinosaurus has a cool scene in the new movie because Therizinosaurus is like one of those herbivores that you get known as like actually being surprisingly aggressive for an herbivore. So I really hope they do something with that in the movie. Seems like they will, but seems like and actually do two different things. Little baby Stegosaurus. There's something I really find like weird about this movie franchise is that every single dinosaur only ever has like one baby. When we know for a fact they lay clutches of eggs. Like the T-Rex has one baby, the Stegosaurus has one baby, the Natsutoceratops in Battle Big Rock has one baby, the Triceratops in Fallen Kingdom has one baby. Like every dinosaur only has one baby for some reason, even though they all lay clutches of eggs. And it's something so small, but it irritated me. It still kind of does. It's just a weird detail. Camp Cretaceous is seeming more and more ridiculous with each passing like season. So I'm not sure what to think about Camp Cretaceous. It's going full Jurassic Park dinosaur battles in this next season, so who knows? Yeah, Stegosaurus attacking. This is something you don't really get to see all that often. Appreciate with the Lost World. Herbivores attacking, not just carnivores doing damage. You got Stegosaurus trying to kill people. They're nice stagomizers. It's a really nice scene. I love it. So good. Yeah, how's that non-observation thing going, Sarah? Almost died. No smoking, Nick. God, that line is so like, what? I worked on predators my whole life. Lions, hyenas, jackals, you. What is that supposed to imply? Yeah. I really love that this movie, you know, everyone tells me so they changed the whole opinion on dinosaur nurturing stuff. It's nice. It's not a nice detail about this movie. Mattel should make more. I think they make enough herbivore figures, Mattel, honestly. I can't tell if it's a spoiler or not, but I'm just gonna assume it is. I'm gonna have to remove it. Yeah, don't be whether or not it was or not a spoiler, I deleted it because I wasn't gonna I wasn't gonna risk it. I'm watching the chat at all times. So don't be coming in with spoilers. I think I should say this. This should be obvious. If you put in spoilers, I'm gonna have to delete your comment. If you do it more than once, I'm gonna have to ban. And if I can't even tell, I can't risk it, man. So please don't be pulling jokes. Like the guy saying, "Oh, there will be dinosaurs in Dominion." That's a joke that I can get, but don't be pushing things because I genuinely don't know what's gonna happen, and I have to assume the worst at all times. There are people with bad intentions. Violence is acknowledged. You're not good bedfellas. Yeah. I'm glad it was fake because I didn't want to have to worry about that. That's good to know, Benno. Thank you. I love this conversation. Is there any reason to believe that the radio or the trailer might work? Being sarcastic, and Eddie quips back. You might want to try turning it to on. I love, man, movies like this where they have characters actually interacting and like rubbing off each other. Oh, it's so nice. I'm not mad. I'm furious. Ooh, the man behind the slaughter. Hmm. Don't be rickrolling me. Independence. What the heck? I don't remember that line. That's funny. It's like a height restriction at an amusement park. She has a point, you know. It's good. It's important if you don't finish that statement. Oh my goodness. I love you. I just don't need you. Be interesting, I guess. Like super colossal bumpy. I love you. I just don't need you. What you need is a good antipsychotic. No, you'll be back in 5 or 6 pieces. I love that quote. You'll be back in 5 or 6 pieces. That is a very honest assessment of what happens to a person who goes to an island of dinosaurs. It says engine on the side of that chopper. That what? Trust us. We haven't even started. Yeah, I saw the prologue. Minutes. It's half an hour. Understood. Over. Cancel that daughter. What? Why? This is a game show, Mr. Ludlow. Carnivores hunt on game trails. Do you want to set a base camp or a buffet? There's Roland Tembo, the best Jurassic Park character. Peter? Your little camping trip. There are two conditions. Firstly, I'm in charge, and I'm not around details. Roland Tembo's so good. All I want in exchange for my services is the right to hunt one of the tyrannosaurs. A male. A buck. Only how and why are my business. But I've been on too many safaris with a rich dentist to listen to any more suicidal ideas. Okay. Okay! A Mamenchisaur. I would love a Mamenchisaurus toy. That'd be so cool. A Pachia. There's a Geostimbergia. There it is. On this old booklet. Woo! What a twist. Oh, this shot was so cool. And I was looking at the dude riding between the Mamenchisaurus legs with the motorcycle. Stop, stop, stop. Pachycephalosaurus. Those like a small Pachy. It's not even like a big one. It's not even a fully grown Pachy. Uh, man. This scene is so cool. I still love building this, like this big trapper device that they're using to capture this Pachy. I loved building that. It was so much fun. Like in my little my Lego digital designer build for this thing. It was so much fun to make. I want to build it one day too. Like, I want to build like an IRL version of it. Just listening to the music, it's so good. I love the music of this movie. I can't say it enough. The music of this movie is so good. Again, Roland. Oh, what? Throws the thing out the window. The one with the big red horn. Elvis! Hmm. My three favorite dinosaurs of all time are already in the franchise: T-Rex, Carno, and Baryonyx. They still haven't added Cryolophosaurus, which I really want to see in one of these movies one day. I also want to see Kentrosaurus on like an actual movie, not like I don't want to see Camp Cretaceous, but I want like an actual Kentrosaurus in a live action movie. Some of my favorites as well. In the original trilogy, I would have wanted Carnotaurus in this movie, if I'm being honest. Like if I had the choice of changing any one of these movies for any reason, I would change the Lost World's ending with the whole like raptors in the village and replace them with Carnotaurus. I would make it give it a nice little twist on the ending there, make it really exciting. Because I think so. At least Think was in the original trilogy. You got like a little bit of few minutes in Jurassic Park 3. T-Rex. Dun dun dun. Roland. What are you doing? To collect my. Where are you going? To collect my fee, Miss Ludlow. To collect my fee. There it is. Oh, comfy. It's like it's not scared or something. No reason for it to fear man. And then this guy just goes and does that. Gets his comeuppance later. Dieter gets what he deserves for being like a jerk. Don't tase a dinosaur for no reason just because he can. He gets eaten by them. Parents won't leave him alone. Yep. Trick is to get him where we want him. Yeah. I feel bad for the baby dinosaur, baby T-Rex in that scene. Just about anybody would. There's some Major League toys. I see. Sorry, I didn't look at the chat a little bit. What does take a trash bag say one human-sized snack? Haha, very funny. I don't think they would have had to. I don't know. I guess it's an interesting thought if they had to protect it from. They had to protect the baby T-Rex from the carnivores. Oh, they have to wonder what kind of carnivore would be, have the kind of, resolve to attack a baby T-Rex. It's a weird idea, Jet Jaguar. This camp scene is so cool. I still want to make it like a scene based on this camp like attack. It's really interesting. Oh hey Boulder Rocks, when did you get here? See a couple comments from you. Took me a second to realize. You were here yesterday, weren't you? I love this terrible idea too. Bring dinosaurs to San Diego. That would never end badly ever. Carnotaur is my second favorite dinosaur of all time, and I love the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom version of it. Look, it's fairly accurate for a Jurassic Park dinosaur, and I love it. And still my second favorite dinosaur is second favorite of the franchise. That's just how it works. This is how I work. Jumped of an island. Began construction on an amphitheater. Very near to where you sit. You know, one day if I get enough money and I have like a house of my own, I'm gonna build like an actual I'm gonna build this amphitheater in real life. It'd be so cool to have Jurassic Park San Diego, like a little setup in my on a table in my house somewhere. And there's another scene of herbivores actually causing some damage. Look at a Triceratops flipping cars and attacking people. You just don't get herbivores attacking things in any of these movies nowadays. It's always the carnivores. You never see any cool herbivores like stampeding or attacking anyone. There are a lot of things I would do if I were rich. Most involving dinosaurs. Woo! That's what I don't know about building. That would be super tough. It's an indoor place. You have to put a roof over that. It'd be kind of complicated, but yeah, I would want to build it eventually. Just take a lot of time. We're not alone on this island. Remember that. He's going to come up soon. And this is where things get complicated. Like, you shouldn't handle a baby T-Rex. You're going to get attacked by the parents, but at the same time, you shouldn't leave it the broken leg. This is that part where it's like conflicting inside of me because I would never, ever take a baby T-Rex in my life. If I ever was stuck in that situation, I'd be like, nah, I'm not looking to meet God or anything. I'm just gonna leave it there. Because if I try to even lay my hand on that thing, I'm gonna be obliterated. I'm not alone on this island. That's a bit weird, but it's a scary thought. The T-Rex would absolutely destroy you, and it would have no problems doing so. Excuse me. The hell is that? I was trying. Ian tried to talk to this person in Spanish. It's great. No, 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 no. This part, I mean, you gotta feel bad. Like, you don't want to leave the dinosaur to die, but at the same time, it's like, I don't want to die. That's all that's gonna happen if you try to take a baby T Rex. No, enough, lady. Wrong frequency. You know, I wish that some of those people get like rejected for the Jurassic Park ideas on Lego ideas would just share their instructions. Like that one dude who built that really cool looking visitor center. I want his instructions, but and he never gave it out. Like she's the most rational. We're like, other animals are gonna hear this. I want to get out now. uh, yeah, she's right about that. She shouldn't have come along. The different situation right now. I know people love the Raptors. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really share that same kind of love for the Velociraptors a lot of people seem to have. They're not terrible. It's just that I'm not exactly the biggest fan. In fact, in my Jurassic Park 3 fan story, they barely show up because I mean, they're interesting, but I like other animals a little more. There we go. Be right back. I give you my word. You never keep your word. So funny. Okay. Bye. Wee. Like I don't have any problem with raptors. They're really cool. They're like whatever. But I just prefer other dinosaurs to them. I like the bigger ones. Whether they're carnivore or before. I prefer something larger. We're getting to the good stuff. For once in your life, would it kill you to pick it up? Yeah, no, right. Gum necessary. Mommy's very angry. That little scene probably blew my little kid mind to see two T-Rexes. Good luck with that, man. There's a lot of stop motion stuff you could do, but actually I have plans of my own to make some stop motion with somebody. Yeah, I'm actually working with somebody on a project that we were hoping to eventually release on the channel, which is going to be, well, pretty obvious. It's going to be a Lego stop motion about Jurassic Park. Not going to be anytime soon, but we're working on it. But good luck with that, my man. Hardest part about all that's probably gonna be the voice acting, if anything. Or you could just do text on screen. You could try to get actual voice acting. I mean, there's a lot of ways to go about it. What the only thing that's consistent is that it's gonna be the hardest part of all of this. Muzzle off. You know, I don't want to give details. You said I've just mentioned it multiple times. I'm working on a project with someone, which hopefully we will see come to light within the next few months. This is where the movie starts to get really good. Yeah, they're going back to the jungle. I'm good. I think the debate over the parental instinct of the T-Rex is now academic. It's like he just makes that realization, like, oh crap, hang on, this is gonna get bad. Push us over the cliff. God, this scene is so good. I think it should be obvious though, right? I mean, I made a whole set just for the vehicle, and this and made it so it could flip and hang off a cliff. It's probably one of the best scenes in the entire franchise right here. Ever seen the making of this movie and see like how this scene was done? It's so impressive. Honestly, I'm just impressed by these people's grip strength. I would have fallen immediately. Even with that adrenaline, like my grip would be like Butterfingers. I would slip like immediately because I cannot do a pull up to save my life. Real life is always more interesting. I mean, Jurassic Park can have their monsters, but real life stuff is always gonna be more interesting because it's actually real. You know, it's not some fake made up thing. It's legit. That's what I think honestly sets apart Jurassic Park from any other franchise. Other franchises have their monsters and they have all this cool stuff, but none of it's real. That's what makes Jurassic Park like way cooler, in my opinion. Is that even if the animals are a little bit like fantastical in the way that they're made, it's still super interesting to think that, well, it's not like, oh, well, it's fine, they don't exist. No, when you're watching Jurassic, you have to remember these animals do exist. Maybe a little bit different than they're shown here, but they are real. This isn't a xenomorph or something. This is a legit animal that existed at one point in Earth's history. That's what I think makes it like special. Maybe I will be surprised by my own ability in a life or death situation, but judging by my previous record of how well I've handled situations, I just don't like my odds. Let me just put it that way. And as a person who is deathly afraid of heights, I would definitely be Sarah in this situation. I would have slipped and I would be desperately grabbing for the edge. Whew. Just imagining being in her situation, just that scares me. Who's hurt? What do you need? Rope. Okay, anything else? 3 double cheeseburgers with everything. No, I need some mine. I just that line. I mean, honestly, I know that line's not happened yet, but that line is so funny. Like these people are about to die, and they still find a way to have a sense of humor. And then you go to something like a modern movie where they have to quip every 10 seconds instead of just having a momentary, occasional laugh because the characters are trying to laugh off a stressful situation. It's just every second. Here's Eddie Carr, the hero. We're never going to see again because, I mean, if you haven't seen the movie, I shouldn't spoil it, I guess. I know it would have been 1997, but Ian yeah, Ian. He'd be good. He'd be more my grip strength than worried about. Who's hurt? What do you need? Rope. Okay, anything else? Yeah, 3 cheeseburgers with everything. No onions on mine. I wanted a turnover. It's so funny. Woo! I still really want to build one of these Mercedes. I really do. It'd be so awesome to have one of those in my room, alongside my Lost Mobile Lab that I always have and in like a nice display. And this is what I'm talking about, like from the last movie. Jurassic Park and The Lost World are the only Jurassic Park movies where winches come to save the day. Every other movie forgets about the winches, but these two movies, they know a winch can help you in a lot of situations. And then the truck starts to slip. Ooh. This scene is like pure suspense and intensity. Like I sometimes when I'm really bored and I'm like doing nothing, I put on like some of those like reactions to movies type of things. And like every single person I've ever watched has had the same reaction. This is just like pure silence and like just tension. This scene is so good. It's so terrifying. And again, it's really impressive that they all cut the edge there. Not one of them slipped when the rope gave. Like genuinely, I would not have survived at this point. I would be dead. I would have fallen off the cliff. Like I'm just being realistic. Uh, Come on, man. Tied out, not better this time. But yeah. God. You gotta feel so bad for Eddie, man. He does so much to save them, and then he just gets like he just gets killed. I mean, I like it because it's just what happens. Good guys don't always survive. If there's dinosaurs attacking, everyone's on the chopping block. It's something you don't get to see in a lot of modern movies, like even like Jurassic Park. Like I remember people complain that Zara died in Jurassic World, and now they won't kill any like good guys with the dinosaurs. Like you have to. There has to be a threat. Sometimes you have to let a good character die because it's just they're dinosaurs. They don't pick sides. They eat everyone. They don't care about your alignment. They're hungry. It's just a minor gripe I have, really. And this right here, Sarah slipping is exactly what I would be. Like that's exactly how I would be in this situation. And here it comes. Here they come, the T-Rexes. Whatever description you want to give it to him, Boulder Rocks. The fact is, dinosaurs are indiscriminate. They don't care who you are and what you're doing. They're gonna eat you. This scene is so cool. If I ever learn how to stop motion animate, I want to reanimate this scene. Like tearing the car apart with the T-Rexes would be so much fun. Here he goes. Bye, Eddie. The most impressive thing about this scene is that not one piece of the trailer hit them on the way down. Put it on the movie, like, oh, it's just movie luck, plot armor, if you want to call it that. But I don't know. It's an impressive little feature, man. You guys are not like a single loose chair or lamp hit you on the way down. You guys are super lucky. And it always confused me as a kid how like the guys got here so fast after the T-Rex attack, like all the hunters. It took me a while to understand that sometimes a jump cut doesn't have to be immediately after the preceding scene. It could be like 10 minutes later. It took a while for my little kid brain to understand that, and I find that kind of funny. I still remember it to this day. There are a lot of little things that were like stupid moments when I was a kid that I just remember, because those are some things you just never forget. You know what I mean? We're stuck here, stuck together thanks to you people. An extinct animal is brought back to life has no rights. Looking for a problem? I found you, didn't I? There it is. That little line that nobody ever seems to remember is that sorry, Nick is part of Earth First, sort of like an eco-terrorist type of group if you actually read into it. So that explains why he is so like evil in his methods of saving the dinosaurs in this movie. And there it is, geothermal power. That's another line too. This scene has a number of interesting lines, like geothermal power. People complain, but the volcano was never mentioned before when they watch Fallen Kingdom. They just ignore this line. Probably people who never watched The Lost World, if we're being honest. The kind of people who bought into the whole Lost World is crap argument that people seem to have. That's wrong. Lost World is amazing. It's so funny. What's a velociraptor? Like nobody would ask that today, but it's such a it was fairly true back then. Velociraptor was not a household name before Jurassic Park, so it's like it's an interesting fun fact. This is a nice exposition dump. Like technically it is an exposition dump, but at the same time it's really interesting. That's so true. The predators don't hunt when they're not hungry. Only humans do. I really like the fact that some people complain about like the sort of like, oh, this message is too preachy, and the entirety of like all that idea comes from just Nick Van Owen's character, who's supposed to be like a freaking eco-terrorist. I don't know. It's just some facts like that that I find interesting and a little bit funny. I love Roland Tembo. Such a good character. Came down nearly dead. Why'd you go up there to die? He said he didn't. I went up there to live. Such an interesting quote. I don't know. It's kind of a. It's just interesting. I don't know what else to say, but it's just weird, interesting. That's so true. Taking dinosaurs onto the mainland is the worst idea you could ever have. Of course, a lot of people would just say the obvious, but we have gains, because they're stupid. But, sensible people understand the truth that it would be horrible, regardless of weaponry. The ecological damage. That's where the real kicker comes. Look at him. Roland Tempo being the good guy, asking if she's injured. Maybe they're not exactly on the same team. It doesn't mean he needs to be a jerk. There we go, seeing the gun. He's gonna steal the bullets like a goddamn douche. Going to the ladies' room, gotta. This is one thing I don't understand about this guy. What is he, Dieter? Dieter Stark, that's his name, right? Why would you walk so far away to take a piss on an island full of dinosaurs? Like I'm pissing in the tree right next to somebody. I am not going more than 5 feet away from somebody else. I'm gonna be killed otherwise. That's one thing I can't criticize. Is either this character is really dumb or it's just bad writing. I mean, Why would you, again, why would you walk so far? And even then, why are you actively hunting down a noise of an animal on an island full of dinosaurs? Do you think it's going to end well? It's just, I don't know, it's really just weird. You just call him stupid, I guess, but there's something interesting about the scene that I really like, and that's, I think it's going to come up here. It's going to be the fact that I believe that the compies actually do have the narcotic venom that they that's in the books, and it's like shown in this scene, but it's never directly stated. They use this whole show don't tell type of mentality that really more films should go with. They never say the compies are venomous, but they do. But it does seem like the way this guy acts and during this attack scene that he's being affected by some sort of you know something like that. Also, like, isn't Carter sitting next to a bunch of people? Why did nobody else hear him? Oh, he's not calling my name. I don't have to worry about it. There are a lot of little bits of nitpicks I can have with this scene, but it's still a pretty neat scene. Gotta watch your step, especially on the dinosaurs. Hello, Gabe. God, this one hurts so bad. Yeah, it's getting eaten by the compies. Yeah, like I said. Oh, let me check to make sure the timer is still going. It's still going. Hour and 15. Yep, it's matched up still. We're still good, people. So just match your movie with the time that's on the screen, and it's good. Ah, it looks so painful getting bit on the lip. Since I've moved to Arizona and it's really dry, I've had to like get a lot of dry skin off of my lips, and it hurts. I can only imagine what like a tiny little creature just chewing on my lip. I feel horrible. Ooh. Yeah, the way this guy the way he starts to move throughout the scene really makes me feel like he's the narcotic venom is actually affecting him from the yeah. I don't know, it's just my personal headcanon, I guess. I guess that's what it is. No, it's the just that the compies they are like in the books they have a narcotic venom in their bite. And I like from the way this guy acts out the scene, I think it's just I think they do have it. I actually do have like the venom. Like see he's so close. How did they not hear the other guy calling for help? I don't know. Whatever the reason is, I swear, just look, he's starting to like stumble, like he's not moving like normal. It's not like he's in pain. Like look at him, he's like almost falling over, just standing up. He's gonna trip over his own feet. This is not how a person who's in completely like he was normal when the scene started, even after the dinosaurs bit him. And look, he falls on the ground here, and he doesn't immediately get back up. It looks more like he's fighting his own limbs to stand up than anything. I really think this guy is in this scene being affected by the narcotic venom. Because he seems to be like tripping, like he's stumbling. He falls over in the water. He doesn't immediately get back up. He seems to be like he does seem like he's under some sort of like effect of like a drug of some kind. So I genuinely think that these compies are venomous, and it's just never been addressed. God, it would suck. It really would to be in that scene. Yeah, I know, but like it's not guaranteed. The Carnotaurs still haven't been shown to be camouflaging. So I mean, and they never directly state that the compies are venomous, but they use like the show don't tell method type of stuff. And like, and then yeah, of course, when he gets to the log, he like trips and stumbles. Like he pulls himself over the log with his arms. Like he can't even use his legs anymore. It really is. I genuinely think that the compies in this movie are venomous, and it's just never directly stated, ever, and it's never used ever again. Which would have helped all the criticisms. Why did he die to pigeons? Those little whiny complaints. Yeah, there they go. Go looking for him. It's honestly impressive that they managed to find him, if I'm being honest. I guess they do have like a professional hunter who tracked him down by his footprints, but in this big jungle, it really is impressive they found him. At least what's left of him. Just the parts they didn't lock. So it's such an ominous phrase. It's a shame we never get to see the cliffs they mentioned like 3 times. Like, I know there was a cutscene with paragliders, but it's a shame they mentioned it like, oh, stop at the cliffs. Here are the cliffs. You climb down the cliffs. There's so many mentions of these cliffs and we never see them. It's a shame. I really would like to have seen an action scene around them. Oh yeah, they do have the cliffs in Jurassic World 3, but that's in the Pterosaur Dome or Pteranodon Dome. But you know, it's cool they got them in. It's just that cliffs make for some naturally interesting sort of like situations. You can do a number of things with them. It's just yeah, I don't know. They mention it like 3 times and they never see. I know you know I'm talking about the paragliding scene. I would have really loved to have seen that. And here they come. They got the T-Rexes. They're coming back. It is really dumb that Jurassic Park 3 just decided to retcon it and add like a different biome in. I'm not gonna lie about that. That's just really dumb. It's just that sort of lack of care that Jurassic Park 3 had for anything. Their poor writing and everything. There are ways to explain it, but it shouldn't have to be explained. It should have just been consistent. Fortunately, it wasn't. So, we are where we are. I love that. I love that shadow effect. Oh, it's so nice. Yeah, I know, right? And then they started to say the worker village in the jungle. They were going to, but they never actually did. Which I'm glad they didn't, because it wouldn't have made any sense at all. It would have just confused things so much. I know they say that it might still be true because he looks at that one car, but I'm just gonna say it's not, because if you try to say it is, it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. It's already hard enough to explain. This T-Rex puppet is so cool. Oh yeah, this is an awesome scene. I love the T-Rex chase through the canyon. We see a canyon, but we don't see a cliff. Yeah, no, right. Chest tracks on the blood. Nice. Ooh, so scary. This is genuinely tense scene. You wouldn't know the outcome, it's still like just so freaky. Imagine being in that situation. This guy screams. Don't move, don't move, don't run. Hey, Eric Kirby did it. The kid did it in Just Like 3. Bastard. Stole those bullets. Yeah, there were 2 people in the tent, but it just pulled the tent off. It didn't eat them. And here goes Carter getting stepped on. Yeah, I just pulled the tent off. Because they weren't moving. It was everyone else outside that was. Oh, the bongos! Oh, I love the music of this scene. It's so good. Go, Roland, go! I need to make my own Roland figure. I really do. I love how the puddles are actually like rippling around him as the T-Rex takes steps. It's such a nice touch in that scene. Yeah. Also, I know people make fun of this guy for getting freaked out by a snake, but if a tarantula crawled me in this situation, I would be this guy right here. Like as much as I'm scared of a T-Rex, I have severe arachnophobia. If a fucking tarantula crawled on me, I would be eaten too. I would be dead. Because I would freak the hell out. Like a snake, maybe not, because I'm not afraid of snakes, but I am afraid of spiders. So make it a spider, and yeah, I would be dead just like him. Not into the long grass. Nah, not. It's time to get a new phobia, fear of long grass. I know, right? Ian just shows up, nice shirt undone, and just power stance on the Rex, scares him off. Yeah. This is the kind of movie that makes you afraid of long grass in any game you ever play, because you just have that fear that the developers decided to hide some raptors in the grass. Tiger stripe raptors, yeah, the best kind of raptors. My favorite Velociraptor design in the series. I know Jurassic Park 3 takes the favorite, but I love the tiger stripes. They're my favorite. The film was... it's on the Screamo, man. I do find that scene funny. The guy turns around and screams at nothing, and then the raptor jumps out. Like that, I don't know. That's just shot kind of funny. Yeah, it was 1997 when this movie was released. But yeah. Plus, you know, whenever I watch videos of other people as well, like whenever anyone's in long grass, they always think of like this scene. Like everyone's like, "Oh, long grass. I hope there's no raptors in here." Like everyone hates this movie, but everybody remembers this scene because it is genuinely terrifying to think about being in. That Jurassic Park: The Lost World was released in 1997. Yes, it's right there at the top of the screen. Jurassic World 19, Jurassic Lost World, Jurassic Park 1997. I love these good Jurassic Park films. I could be watching them for an hour and a half, and it feels like it's been 20 minutes. It's so much fun to watch these movies. Yeah, they didn't copy them, dude. They used them. You read the Dino Tracker website? Like they talk about it in the Dino Tracker website. It's the you know, it's that they use the DNA of the Sorna raptors to make the Atrociraptors. Plus, it's not a bad design. Why not take it? Tiger stripes are a very simple but very effective design. It's literally on the Dino Tracker website, man. Just go look it up. Who made the Atrociraptors? That's a great question. We're gonna find out in Dominion. They literally say on the Dinosaur website, no wild Atrociraptors have ever been found because they are solely created genetically. They are a designer product. They are not wild animals. And they talk about how each one has different coloration, specifically because they are designer raptors made for specific purposes. They want each of them to be different so that they can identify them. This mural is this mural is awesome. I love this mural. I'm happy there's like actual artwork of it, like not covered in vines. Like you can see the actual image because it's so cool. Yeah, just go to the Dinotrick website and click on the Atrociraptor. Read up the information. It tells you not only are they a mix of the Lost World and Jurassic Park 3D Raptors, but that they are specifically a designer product. That they are there's no wild Atrociraptors. It's like an interesting bit of lore right there that you get from the website before you even see the movie. The Pyroraptors are wild, but the Atrociraptors are not. I don't think there is a Silurus, dude. Stomaco and Euplacephalus are not in the movie, at least not to my knowledge. The bigger question is where dinosaurs... That was on Isla Nublar, dude. Those dinosaurs were just always there, and they died off. They were created to, for Jurassic World by Maserati Global. I know about the chart, but regardless. We're talking about dinosaurs that are currently on the loose in the United States. A Dino Tracker has them all listed there. Because they aren't going to feature every dinosaur ever. Dude, you want to know? Go back to the original Jurassic Park. The dinosaurs like Metriacanthosaurus are named. Have we ever seen a Metriacanthosaurus? No. Some dinosaur names just show up and never get seen again. And the survivors are now in mortal danger. I need you to send rescue immediately. I love that line. It's so basic, but it is the proper reaction to being stuck on a dinosaur island. I need you to send rescue immediately. Yeah, no, Metriacanthosaurus was brought back for the Jurassic World marketing, but it's still never seen in the movies. There are a lot of dinosaurs who are mentioned but never seen. Like Suchomimus, how about that? You want to question that too? Like, there's a lot of dinosaurs that get mentioned but are never seen. Heck, Alamosaurus. Alamosaurus shows up as a skeleton in the original Jurassic Park, but never gets seen again. It's a shame about the Edmontosaurus. I really want to see an Edmontosaurus in a film. Nick Van Owen. Like I said, I really want this scene. I really want this raptor scene. If I was to remake The Lost World, like let's say I eventually learn how to do stop motion and I reanimate movies, I would change the scene to make it Carnotaurus instead of raptors. I'm not even gonna hide that fact. Because Carnotaurus would be way cooler in this scene than raptors. Here. Inside anywhere. Gotta give Alan, or not Alan, but Ian some points for ingenuity there, using the door as a shield. That's smart. Don't know if I would have been able to think straight enough to come up with a plan like that. Yeah. I don't know. Eh, This is a lot of scenes in the movie are just so good. This is such a suspenseful scene. Where'd I go when I'm out? Ugh, so cool. Use the gym class. Yeah, this, I'm gonna be honest, this scene is, even though I like this movie, this scene is really, really dumb. Yep. Mm. Like, I don't know how, like, how much would a child that size weigh compared to a raptor? Like, how would you be able to generate enough force to kick a raptor that hard when you're like a teenager? Like, how much kinetic energy would you actually? No, you know what would have been smart is the actual like book explanation for how they got out of there. Woo. You know what's smart is this, the whole roof tile thing. That's what's smart. God, that would hurt falling on your back like that. Oof. I love the raptors fighting though. That's really cool. Let's go. We're gonna go to the best scene in the movie. Get the helicopter. Go. Another scene I really need to make is this worker village. I would love to make a little thing of that. Like, I already built a little bit, but I want to build a little bit more of it. Or at least build it in real life. Get out of there. Go. We're getting to it. The best scene in the movie. What about the others? There must be more survivors. Jackass. Stealing bullets. Like, come on. Can't even let them defend themselves if things go wrong. This is why like it's interesting about Nick. Nah, here comes Roland's best scene in the movie. Best character's best scene. I know, right? He let some people die. Congratulations. What's the matter? He didn't make it. Ajay. Yep. I love this. It's so good. There's a job for you in San Diego if you want it. No, thank you. I believe I spent enough time with the company of death. Look at that. You don't often get to see a character who's supposed to be on the villain team turning against, the guy for very good reasons is realizing, no, you know what? I don't think I want to work with you anymore. All you people make is death. That's the only thing your company that just manufactures death. That's all you do. See ya soon. Yeah, see ya. I just want to watch the final part, and then I'm gonna have to come back and watch Jurassic Park 3 a little later because I have to do something after this. But I want to do The Lost World early because I love this movie. Smash cut to San Diego. Yep, this is where it begins. This is where the best part of the movie begins. Timer's still good? Timer is still good. Thank you, Timer, for holding up this time. Look at all these rich, suit-wearing jerks. It was not to be. So you have to turn around. Yeah, I'm sure. Well, I'm honestly surprised that Ludlow could see that far. Even as a guy with glasses, seeing that far away is sometimes difficult. It's early? You should come look. Yeah. So exciting. Woo! There's the transponder signal. I've been trying to raise them. Yeah. Skipper SS Venture. This is Engine Harbor Master. Do you copy over? Skipper SS Venture. You're approaching the Blankwater. Flank speed. Reduce it once. Over. I've seen this scene so many times because I love this. The ending of The Lost World is like one of the. I'd be hard pressed to say, but I think this is the best scene in any Jurassic Park movie. Like just this whole sequence, from the boat crash to the end, is like the best Jurassic Park scene. This is Venture. This is Engine Harbor Master. Reduce your speed at once. We should have stayed in the damn car. I'm genuinely curious, what use did Engine have for this dock? What was their business beforehand that they needed this dock in San Diego for? That's something, not criticism I'm trying to point out. I'm just curious, what were they using this for? Like before this? Because they had this already, right? That's another thing I really want to build one day when I have enough money to buy like thousands of pieces. I want to build a life size or like minifigure sized replica of the SS Venture. Probably even with like a dock to have it crash into. I think it'd be sick. Maybe. But it says like it's I don't know. It's like but they had like a neon sign out there. Like this has clearly been here for enough time for them to set up like a lit up sign. That's something you set up in one day. It just I don't know. I'd be curious if maybe if they did buy it recently just for this project or if they had it originally. Yeah, there was the crew all over the place. And if you know about like the hidden production behind the scene, like this arm on the Stinger was actually supposed to be Nick's, which is an interesting fact. I don't know, if, you know, just interesting, just an interesting fun fact. This guy died trying to keep it closed, and I love that. Just take his hand off of it, open it up. Who cares if he died trying to keep it closed? Check the cargo hold. There may be crew down there. Everybody off the boat. Let me just hey, that guy, let go. I want to press the button. That's probably just autopilot or something. I don't know. I mean, a lot of planes fly on autopilot, but they still have like people in the cockpit. So probably just was autopilot with the crew there to make sure nothing goes wrong. So whether it's unfortunate or fortunate, the autopilot found its way to the dock still. You know, unfortunately, it wasn't programmed how to stop. Much like how most autopilots can't land a plane. That's kind of the whole pilot's job. I say most because I don't know if any autopilots can land a plane, but I don't know. I'm not an expert in that. All I know is that I know there is autopilots for planes, and even though they still have pilots, and they don't land planes generally. But the animal in a narcoleptic state, the thing's a locomotive now. Whew. So that he's just like, yeah, I really am Hammond now, aren't I? Just looking off into space like, God, I screwed up so bad. Yep. Where's the infant? It's in a secure facility. Why? Where's the facility? Look at that. I love how tall it is. Like that thing's look at it. It's almost as tall as the two-story houses there. It's like 17, 18 feet tall. It's a big boy. I still don't understand how people seem to think that the T Rex is in Jurassic Park. Like I watched like a size chart thingy that said the T Rex is in the Lost World were 13 feet tall. That is not a 13-foot tall animal. It's hip. It's like it's like at the top of the windows on the second floor. It is a big dinosaur. An average like story of a house is 10 feet. So with this thing being able to look in the second story window as easily as it is, this thing is easily 17 to 18 feet tall. To just roll out of bed. Yep. I'm gonna go tell my mom and dad. I just a dinosaur in my backyard. One question: why are the lights on in this house? They're wasting a lot of electricity if they're leaving the lights on at night. Poor doggy. You're about to get eaten. I know the scenes have to be well lit, but it's still funny to point out the fact that all the lights are on in this house. What are you doing? What? There's a dinosaur in our backyard. This would totally be me. If I saw a dinosaur in my backyard as a kid, I would be this kid. That'd be really annoying. Bye bye, doggy. And here we go, the official start of the best scene in the entire thing. Like just from the point where they grab this kid to the entire rampage scene, it's just the best. I look at the car and I look up at my version of the car I built of Ian Malcolm's little convertible here. He's sedated really heavily. You know, and it's us once again with this baby. This is gonna be like you. You know, there may be some angry recognition. Who knows? Maybe he's happy to see us. I do appreciate these guards don't shoot them because I think they like looked at his face and saw that it was Ian. They're like, oh wait, this guy? You said the dinosaurs were attacking? And now he's coming to take the baby? Man, there must be a reason for it. Oh. T-Rex in San Diego. Destroying everything. Look at this. It's taller than the bus. Blockbuster, man. I miss Blockbuster. I still do. We used to go to Blockbuster all the time when I was a kid. Also, if you can see the legs of the cameraman in that shot when he's walking towards the glass door. And there goes the screenwriter. Bye, David. I just love this really realistic portrayal of a dinosaur attack. He knows. Dun 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 dun. God, I love how he just kicks the car like a soccer ball. It's so cool. Yeah, Ian, slow down a little. I don't think so. This accurate portrayal of what the police would do during a dinosaur attack always makes me smile. They'd be fucking bouncing. They're like, nope, I'm not paid enough for this. I don't got any rocket launchers. What are friends right on the other side of these warehouses? Any way through? Oh, God, there could be. Come on, let's go. You got him? Yeah. Where's the Rex? Is it still behind us? Yes. There's the water. Shoot it. Shoot it. Tell them to shoot it. Here's where the villain goes to die. That pool door takes another life. Yeah, I guess you're right. If you didn't have a push door, you would have been fine. But then again, a push door would be easier to get into, but it also makes anything else easier to get into the area. God, this just, I don't even need to say anything. This scene is just awesome. It's amazing. Even though he thought about like how he's just like Hammond, he's gonna bring just done so many horrible things. There's a T-Rex loose in San Diego, and he's still worried about his profit margins. That's one thing I can say I really love about Jurassic Park is that it truly shows off the greatest villain of the modern world: corporations. It's always some corporate greedy type that's the villain in these movies, pretty much, except for like I guess Vic Hoskins. He's more of a military than anything else, but still, Jurassic Park, The Lost World, and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom all make corporate types their villains, and I appreciate that because they truly are the evil of the world. I'm truly curious. What was his plan for getting this baby? Like this baby's teeth are still real. Like he could seriously hurt this guy. What's his plan to catch this baby? Even if the adult wasn't here, doesn't matter because he gets eaten. I feel like this would have happened anyway, considering he had no plan to capture this baby. This was the inevitable endpoint. The baby eats him. There are the police showing up to stand at a distance and just hope not to get eaten. Shut those doors. I didn't want to talk to that scene because it's so good. The music, the cinematography, the effects, it's all so amazing. Nice work, team. T-Rex is captured. The day is saved. Yeah. Jim, can you still hear me there? Yes, I can, Bernard. There goes Malcolm with more buttons undone. He just can't help himself, can he? How would you feel as the crew of that ship? Because the previous crew all got eaten by a T-Rex. How do you feel as the crew of that current ship that had to like replace the dead bodies of the previous one? Did they even have time to remove the bodies from the ship, or like are they just like pile them in a corner and just try to ignore them until the shipwreck is over? You know, I mean that's a genuine question for me. Because no one's gonna open that cargo bay. How long is the T-Rex gonna be out for? Costa Rica Department of Biological Preserves to establish a set of rules. No, they weren't. You could see it in the scene. They weren't being pulled. The ship was actually being driven. It's honestly surprising it was still seaworthy. But again, the question is, did they just push the bodies out of the way, or did they actually get them out of there and properly in time for a new crew to take over? Because I imagine it would have taken time, and I don't know if they want to risk that. Life will find a way. And they're the pterosaurs, the pteranodons, that never did anything in this entire movie but show up at the end just to look pretty. There it is, Jurassic Park: The Lost World. It's still a lot of fun. I love that movie. Regardless of what anybody says. I guess so. I just have to wonder how long it would have been between, how long is it actually going to stay knocked out for? Like, I don't know if they would have risked it, or they would have just, put the bodies aside. Like, just take the hand off the steering wheel and throw it in the corner, and then just drive it. They drop off the T-Rex, and then they can do the cleanup of the dead bodies after they get back. Because who knows how long the T-Rex would actually be asleep for. Another question, how did they get the T-Rex off the boat? Like, did they have a crane to lower it out of there? Or did they have, like, a helicopter or something? How'd they get the baby out? The baby wasn't tranked. They just pick him up and throw him over the side of the ship? These are questions that don't need to be answered. They just like, you know what, figure it out yourself. And regardless of little tiny nitpicks like that, I love this movie. It's fantastic. Regardless of what anyone says, there's a few issues here and there. There's definitely things you can point and go, that doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? But for the most part, it's a fun movie. And it's just the ending scene, the ending San Diego scene, the whole sequence, I think is the best sequence in Jurassic Park. And like the entirety of the 5-movie trilogy, that doesn't make any sense, the 5-movie series. Nothing comes close to it, in my opinion, besides maybe the original Jurassic Park. Some of these scenes in the original movie, like the T-Rex breakout, raptors in the kitchen, things like that. But I think that the Lost World San Diego scene is the pinnacle of this franchise. It's my favorite scene in the entire movie series. A true 9 out of 10 top tier movie. Not perfect, but it's really good, and I love it a lot. So yeah, I think that's it for now. We'll get to Jurassic Park 3 a little later today because I have to go do a little celebration for my brother's birthday because it is my younger brother's birthday today. So we're going to go out and play some arcade games. I'm going to come back and we'll do Jurassic Park 3, Jurassic World, and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. So, thanks to the people who came along, keeping in the chat. I'll talk to you all later. We'll be back later with Jurassic Park 3. Stay tuned. I should probably stop the timer real quick before I do that. Boop. And when I see the timer stop in the stream, I'll know it's time to stop it. There we go. All right. See y'all later.